Windows computers worldwide hit by an update that causes major outage across the world. A new update that mainly affects Windows 10 and Windows 11 computers has been released, and it has caused a major global internet pandemic. Everything is offline: banks, news stations, FPOS machines, amongst many other things, have been heavily impacted by this new update by CrowdStrike. I am not familiar with the CrowdStrike company, but the CrowdStrike company has been linked to this major outage, and now, many businesses are unable to operate like normal, due to the length of the outage, which could last several days, according to several media sources. Australia was actually one of the first countries to notice this. We got hit around Friday the 19th of July, but other countries would soon follow suit, with the United States and United Kingdom now having major outages. What could this mean for business as a whole across the world? Here at TechnoWizard Productions, we are not experiencing any issues with our computers or networks, but businesses, including supermarkets, service stations, cafes, banks, etc., have been affected by this global outage. It has caused Windows devices to suddenly freeze up or blue screen on their users, making them unusable, and restarting the computer will not fix the problem. This one is a serious one I have never seen or heard of before. Never before have we seen such a widespread outage. The whole entire world runs Windows, so when a global outage strikes, we are up shit creek without a paddle, and nothing is gonna protect you from this if you're a Windows user. If you're on Mac OS or Linux, you obviously won't be facing any issues, unless you use a Windows virtual machine, or a cloud copy of Microsoft Windows. This will go down as one of the worst global outages in the history of computers. Remember the Y2K bug of 1999? Well, it was nowhere near as bad as we thought. Everyone was supposed to shut off their computers before midnight of January 1st, 2000. But of course, this was largely a hoax, and I do not remember anyone mentioning the amount of damage Y2K caused. Is Y2K even a real thing, or was it just largely a hoax? I really don't know, but compared to this, there is just no comparison between the two. CrowdStrike is way worse and blows Y2K out of the water. But why was Y2K popular? Will CrowdStrike go down as one of the other biggest bugs in the history of the world of computing? Or will we simply move on and forget about it once things calm down a bit? It's hard to say for certainty, but what I can guarantee is that this bug is here to stay for at least another week, if not more than a week. As mentioned earlier, Microsoft are working on a rollout to fix this major mess, but this sticky situation is not an easy one to get out of. It will take several days before we notice the symptoms going away, and even when the symptoms are no longer present, we don't know if the actual underlying virus or bug is gone. We can assume it is, but in the world of computers, viruses and malware never goes away, even if you do your best to avoid it. There are some rather sneaky and invasive ways people can inject malware into your system these days. Even a simple PDF could bring your whole system to a standstill. There have been cases where some YouTubers were unlucky enough, most notably Linus Tech Tips, to download a PDF file and not realize that lurking beneath the surface was a rogue bit of ransomware, or some other nasty malware, that then infects the host operating system. Windows, Mac and Android are the most vulnerable here, but don't think Linux is immune from this sort of crap either, nor is Chrome OS, BSD, or any other Unix-like operating system. So before you open up a PDF, verify it's safe to open, and make sure it comes from a verified source. If in doubt, throw it out. But unfortunately, not all malware can easily be detected or removed. There is firmware-level malware which is much more complex to remove. It can corrupt your BIOS and mess up your settings, which will render the computer unusable, and things like rootkits can be difficult to detect. But CrowdStrike is a whole different thing. It is not malware, it is actually just a bad piece of code that has now brought Windows computers on a global level to a complete standstill, and this is impacting businesses like you wouldn't believe. I will provide some links to some other great videos on the CrowdStrike outage. Definitely consider checking them out if you're interested. Anyway, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next video. Bye for now.